I would say that the PlayStation 5 game releases are finally somewhat heating up in the month of April. While we still have upgrades and things of that nature coming out, we also have new games, and I would say that the upgrades are pretty exciting. So without further ado, want to go over 7 PlayStation 5 games dropping in April, so let's get right into it. First of all, I want to start off with the big one, and that is Returnal. This is going to have a significant amount of interest. Maybe it's not the game that everybody is super excited for like I am, and maybe it's not a game that everybody knows the development studio and Housemarque. I've been touting them and I've been hyping them up, but again, they have been a relatively smaller studio. But this is their first foray into a true AAA game. It's going to be priced at the $70 standard PS5 price tag, and it is a big budget game without a doubt. The visuals are stunning. And what we have here is the Housemarque soul in a AAA experience. I'm so happy that we have those particle effects and those chaotic action gameplay elements that people know and love out of Housemarque, but while also amplifying the production values, and that's absolutely there. And the thing about Returnal is it's going to have a significant amount of attention surrounding it just because people are ready for that next big budget, next generation exclusive. The upgrades are nice, but when we have an exclusive, it's gonna have a heightened level of interest, the next generation exclusive that is. And Returnal is exactly that. Housemarque for a long time has been looking for a moment where they can really elevate themselves, and this is absolutely their opportunity to do so. Even if it's not a 10 out of 10 home run, people want a quality next-gen title on the PlayStation 5. We don't have a lot of games that are exclusive to PS5. I mean, we have Demon's Souls Remake, and we have Destruction All-Stars, and your mileage may vary on how much you enjoyed Destruction All-Stars, but Returnal has an opportunity to really be that first system selling, or at least a game that take more notice of the PlayStation 5, because that rhetoric is definitely there, that the PlayStation 5's game library isn't that deep, and obviously we're only, 4 months since release, so that's kind of par for the course with next-gen consoles, but Returnal definitely has an opportunity to add a little bit of depth to the PS5's library. Next up, we have a game that's been getting quite a bit of buzz recently, and that is Outriders. Outriders is due out on April 1st. The beta has been running, and a lot of people have been playing that. Now, a lot of opinions regarding Outriders. I've seen some people have very bad performance with the game. I played a little bit of it on PC, and the game ran relatively well for me, but then you have to assess the game for what it is. And People Can Fly and Square Enix are definitely hoping that Outriders is going to be a game that they can bank on for the long term. It's going to be a game that over the year is going to get a significant amount of content updates, and it's hopefully going to get better and better. And I should clarify, I said beta, it's actually a demo. You can go download it right now if you do want to play it. So check it out for yourself. I think there's a lot of potential here. I think there's an opportunity for it to be a quality multiplayer experience. I'm always a little bit skeptical, and I know People Can Fly is a talented studio. Whenever Square Enix puts out a new Western experience, sometimes it's iffy, man. Marvel's Avengers didn't turn out how everybody wanted. Quiet Man didn't turn out how everybody wanted, and you can, branch out of the Western scope and also look at a game like Left Alive. Square Enix definitely needs to establish some new IPs that they can bank on to be successful games to them. Hopefully Outriders is exactly that. It drops on April 1st. Next up, we have Oddworld Soulstorm. The best part about Oddworld Soulstorm, baby, it's going to be a freebie to PlayStation Plus subscribers. I mean, quotes on the word free, but you guys get the idea. Typical price is $49.99. Oddworld Soulstorm notes, it represents a big visual and cinematic leap with intelligent new mechanics and twisted new devices which enable highly explosive deviousness. This is a dark parable that tells an epic tale of a volatile society pushed to its limits. Now, I wasn't the biggest Oddworld fan in the world. Like, I liked the games, but I definitely didn't get super wrapped up around them. However, I think Soulstorm is shaping up very nicely, being an explosive action-adventure game complete with crafting, scavenging, platforming, and sneaking. It's the story of an impossible fight against an opposing force that will use every means at their well-funded disposal, from propaganda to brutal force to deadly violence, to stop Abe and the Uprising. I think this is going to get quite a bit of attention, and good on Sony for making a deal with the Oddworld team to get this on Plus. I think that's just going to have a heightened level of interest now, because this may be the biggest game Plus subscribers have ever gotten. Given that it's a brand new game, you get it on day one, you don't have to drop $50, and, it's a pretty notable title as well. I mean, FF7 Remake was big, but you're talking about a game that's a year old. This is day one, baby. You're getting it as a Plus subscriber, and yeah, I just hope this doesn't paved the way for Sony to up the price of PlayStation Plus, because Microsoft recently tried to do that, and boy, did that not turn out well. Let's hope that cooler heads prevail as far as that's concerned, and they just continue to offer us great games as PlayStation Plus titles. Okay, next up, we have a significant upgrade in Judgment. That'll be dropping April 23rd. Very excited for this one. Yakuza Like a Dragon's upgrade just dropped, so kind of cool to see the Yakuza team's other game drop on the PlayStation 5. Judgment was an excellent game, and I think it's a very accessible game for those of you that are new to the Yakuza games, just because Judgment is a brand new story. It was created ground up for the PlayStation 4, so definitely a high level of expectations as far as visuals are concerned, and it does have English voice acting, so that's definitely nice. With the Yakuza titles, that might be a little bit of a turnoff, but Judgment was an excellent game, great narrative attached to it, and a pretty lengthy game as well with a lot of content. So again, PS5 release will be happening April 23rd, and on top of everything I just mentioned, it's obviously going to have much better visuals, so that is definitely nice. Okay, next up, another upgrade. Terminator Resistance Enhanced Edition will be dropping to the PlayStation 5. If you have it on PS4, it is a free upgrade, so that is quite nice. But now you'll be able to check out the game on the PlayStation 5. Now, this game is interesting because the people that played the game seem to really enjoy it, but then critics seem to think of it on a lesser scale. Got a 60 on Metacritic, while has a very positive reception on Steam, 92% positive review, so that pretty well bodes a positive picture for what the consumers think about the game. Not one I have played too extensively, but it's definitely one that, again, got a positive reception. It should look great on the PlayStation 5, so this one is dropping on April the 30th. Got a couple of sports titles rounding out the lineup. MLB The Show 21 is dropping on April 20th. Now, this is a pretty significant release, given that it is the first time that it will be coming to PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, but also Xbox One and Xbox Series X. Best of all, cross-platform play all across the board, so that's going to be really nice. I think it's important to get sports games console parity, like making sports games exclusives. I just don't know about that. I'm happy that it's coming to Xbox, because I'm sure there's a ton of baseball fans that are on Microsoft's console and they want to play the game, but it'll also be a mainstay by San Diego Studio on PlayStation platforms, so it'll be available on PS4 and PS5. And lastly, we do have MotoGP 21, so if you're into that motorcycle racing game experience, you'll have that as well. Take your place on the starting grid and get ready for the most realistic and immersive MotoGP video game ever. Live the most authentic two-wheel racing experience with the new MotoGP 21. This one is due out April 22nd, so that's gonna wrap up this one. Now, these are all PlayStation 5 games that are coming. Maybe there will be a couple other titles that are announced for a release, but a relatively decent month. I mean, Returnal is definitely gonna be the game that has all the attention. Outrider is gonna be a very significant release, and Square Enix definitely wants to establish something big. And then you got Oddworld Soulstorm free for Plus subscribers, and a bunch of other pretty cool titles. Judgment Upgrade is quite nice as well. That's gonna wrap up this one. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.